Follow the money. Have you ever heard that saying before? Follow the money. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you something that I found out about, I don't know, about a year and a half ago. And you see it right here on my screen. It's called the USDebtClock.org, where it has some amazing statistics and numbers about our economy, the world economy, where all the money's going. That's what we're going to talk about tonight on Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Live Masters, where we feel alive by going live, and your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know who I am, I've been on a live video journey for the last 4 years. I come live daily with videos just like this so we can get to know each other. I'm broadcasting to you live from the fabulous city of Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you're catching this live and you're in the broadcast, say hello like Mr. Charles Butler already did. Or if you're going to come by in the replay, make sure that you say hello so I know that you're here so I can give you a proper shout out. So I wanted to share this with you today on this video because, we are going through some pretty incredible times. And if you haven't seen this visual of the not just our national debt, but what's going on with currency in the world, it's truly incredible. I'm going to give you a little tour here in a couple of seconds. I'm going to show you around. But basically what this is, it's called USDebtClock.org, and it shows all of the numbers. It shows, the world, each country's debt. It shows the United States debt, and it shows very interesting facts about our population, our workforce, our Medicare, our Social Security. It shows so many different things. So let me hop on over to the screen so I can actually share this a little bit more. First of all, you see the national debt here is $27,807,491,000,000 and counting. And then as you slide over, you see the U.S. federal tax revenue to date. Now, these are all numbers to date for the year. $3,454,633,000,000 and counting before tax season. So then it also breaks down the state and local revenue. The total state revenue so far this year is over $2 trillion, closing in on $3 trillion, as you can plainly see. And then it shows here the income tax revenue and payroll tax revenue. So I thought this was pretty interesting. As you see, the income tax revenue and the payroll tax revenue are 1.3 trillion and 1.6 trillion. So you take the two of those combined, and you're going to get $3.5 trillion for the income tax revenue. Now, if you look underneath it at the corporate tax revenue, it's only $213,215,000,000. Look at the breaks that people get when they start a business and they have it incorporated. I just thought that would be an interesting graphic for you to show. Then it shows the different state debts, local debts. As you scroll down, it shows the population. We are at 330,851,000 in the United States, and there is 124,891,000 U.S. income taxpayers. You see the jobs in the private sector is 118,907,000. 8,481,000 people are self-employed. Now you see the union is still strong at 15,330,000 coming in with their workforce, and government employees is 22,698,000. Now, of course, the government employees includes the military, right? So now you see the different jobs that are coming in. You see the median income is 35,000 right now. There's over 100,000 people that are not in the labor force. The U.S. workforce is 150 million. But there's 100 million people that are not in the workforce. How crazy is that? 120 million full-time workers, part-time workers is 25 million. I just thought this would be interesting to show you. There's 55,404,000 people that are retired, 9 million disabled. This is another interesting fact right here. You see this 600,000 bankruptcies, only 70,000 foreclosures for the year. It's only January. These numbers are staggering, right? 35 million people living in poverty, 29 million people living without insurance. Right underneath that, they put these two together, which I thought was really interesting. 18,417,000 millionaires, and there's 45,568,000 people on food stamps. Pretty interesting. If you look over here, the dollar to the crypto was 24 to 18 to 1. Back in 2013, it was 8,433. So you can see how big crypto's gotten. I just thought it'd be interesting. Look at the Social Security liability. They're on the hook for over 20 trillion for Social Security, 32 trillion. Wow. Where are they getting the money for all this stuff? I don't know. Now, there's just a lot of interesting information. You can see how much they spend on Medicare, 1.26 trillion. Social Security is 1.1 trillion. And then the defense, it's almost $1 trillion. You can see all the interest here. So you see the numbers. Now, what's really interesting, if you go to the world debt clocks, it shows all the other countries. What I thought was very interesting is obviously the United States and China. Look at the difference, right? We have 330 million here. There's 1.4. There's over 1 billion people, right? 1.5 billion people pretty much in China. And our debt is 27 trillion. Their debt is 7 trillion. But our GTB, gross domestic income, is 21 trillion. We're still number one in the world for manufacturing goods around the world. So even though we have a $300 billion trade deficit with China, they're catching up though at 14 trillion. As you can see, the debt that comes back over here. Public debt to GDP ratio was 101%, external debt 126. But it's just very interesting. Let me come back over to the broadcast here to say hello and see who's on. I thought I would just share this information with you guys today so you could see how interesting it is and how transparent, like all the numbers are there. I got to tell you, they got all these new things that are going on, right? The stimulus and all this and all that. But if we're $27 trillion right now in debt per citizen is 84,000. Debt per taxpayer is 222,000. Incredible. Just incredible, mind-blowing numbers. What I don't understand is where they're going to get the money. I'll tell you where they're going to get the money. They're going to get all the money from right here. Corporate tax revenue. That's what they're going after. They're going after all the big businesses. That's the only place where there's money. If we have a GPD of, what was it again? In the trillions, 20-something trillion dollars, and the corporate taxes are this right here, 213 billion. There's a lot of money in corporate America, my friends. So interesting, right? It's a very interesting graphic. Let me stop the screen share so I can come back into the broadcast for you and say hello. But I thought I would show you. So it's usdebtclock.org. You can check all of the currency numbers, all of the debt numbers for every single country. Okay, hold on, Kathy. Let me look for Australia. Hold on a second. Let me find Australia for you, Kathy. Hold on a second. I have to go back over and find it for you. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen again here. Hold on a sec. Let me share my screen, Kathy, and I'll pull up Australia. Oh, actually, we can go by the states too. And I'll show you the different states. Okay. So let's see, Japan. Let's see where Australia is, Kathy, on this here. Australia. Let's click on Australia. Their national debt is 680,883 million and counting. And their gross domestic product is 1,330 billion. You little Aussies are busy little beavers over there. You guys are making stuff happen in Australia. But yeah, I think that what they do is obviously you can see that they are ranking this by debt. We're number one in debt, 27 trillion. What's crazy is this difference, the 27 trillion and our GTB, right? It's just very interesting. It's just very interesting. So here, let me go back up here. I'll go back up to the state one. Now we can go to the different states. Hey, Alessandra, what's going on? So let's look at California. California is one of the biggest economies in the world. Okay, so look, California, Population, 39,920,000. 5 million unemployed, 4 million on food stamps. Here is the gross domestic products for California is huge in agriculture now. California has one of the largest GPDs in the country. One of the main reasons is Silicon Valley, right? So we have that. But they're $570 billion in debt. In-state revenue, $610 billion. And they're spending $661 billion. Debt per citizen is $14,000 in California. So let's see what state. If you're here watching live and you want to know about your state, put it in the comments for me and let me know. And I think, let's see, California. Let's look at New York. New York has a pretty big economy. Where is New York? Okay, that's New Jersey, New York. New York. 19 million. 350 billion. 828 million. Their GDP is 1,682,000. So it's very interesting. It has a lot of information on this site, but let me stop the share again. So yeah, I just thought I would come and share that with you. I like statistics and numbers like that. It puts things into perspective when, you know, because I can't wrap my head around trillions of dollars, right? But when you see the amount of people and what people are making and how much the government's taking and where it's going and all that sort of stuff. And now just keep in mind all those numbers that you just saw, that's reported by the government, right? So take it for what it's worth, but it's just an interesting resource that I thought I would share with you and show you how interesting the numbers are. What blows my mind more than anything else is where are they getting the money? Where are they getting these trillions of dollars if we're already $27 trillion in debt? What's another $2 trillion, right? Especially when they're just printing their own money. Anyways, that's for another video. I'm sure we'll talk about that some more in the future coming up because there's things are just going on like that in the world. You know what I mean? So anyways, towards the end of all of my videos, I always throw out an open invitation for folks to continue the conversation, to learn how to use videos, to connect and build networks online, and more importantly, incredible relationships. It's our community called Live Masters. We've been building it for the last 3 years, and we help people step out of their comfort zone and into their confidence and deliver their message that the world needs to hear. So if you or anybody that you know is interested in leveraging video and learning how to network like that, put a question mark in the comments. And if you're already Live Masters, just say, hey, hashtag Live Masters. So anyways, I'd like to come daily live with videos with random stuff that I think is cool and topics and stuff like that. It's basically what I do. So listen, when you give your eyeballs and your ears to me, I'm really humbled and blessed. You've decided to hang out with me for a few moments on this video. You gave me the most important thing that you have, and that's this moment and every second that you are here. So thank you again. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Stay safe and healthy, and go to usdebtclock.org and just go like poke around and stuff. There's just so many interesting statistics and numbers on there that it blew my mind. And if you like this video, you can tell your friends about it and let me know that you shared the